Hello. Just to make sure we're on the same page, this should be on YouTube channel James 13 Wicca. Um, I'll put other information below, like the decks and how to get a reading. I'm just gonna make this really quick. If you're near Herkimer, New York, I am doing personal readings. I'm doing in-person readings near Herkimer, New York. If you want to look that up, if you're near, shoot me an email. I'll tell you the details. Otherwise, you can get a reading from me. Shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Cancer? So, okay, why is this so good, but you're not content with it? What's going on? So, you've had to address something. I thought this would be more than it is. I feel like I'm doing this more than getting help from other people. Okay. So, something is not adding up right. Because you're not content with something. It's been really good in the past. I'm seeing this card, and I keep thinking to myself, I don't want to be the warden of this prison. I don't know what that means. So I don't know if this is a work situation, and I'm just like, I don't want to have to keep these people in line. Or I don't know, it could be a family situation where, I don't really want to end up being the bad guy because I'm the one who actually says what's going on here, and I actually address it. I feel like I don't want to be the one who always looks like the bad guy. And I feel like when I say something and when I bring something to light, I end up looking like the bad guy. Even though it creates change and things do get better, people don't want to hear it, and then I look like the bad guy. And I don't like that. And I don't want that. What is going on here with this situation? Because there's a lot of really good energy here. In the past is the Lover's card. Could be literal. Could be talking about somebody that means a lot to you, or a situation or a group of people that means a lot to you. I remember one person that was a Cancer, and they were all about the group activities when we were at work. Like, they were all about the group activities. Very, very good, very loyal person. So it could be a social connection that means a lot to you. It would only be work if it does mean a lot to you and you really care about those people deeply. So it is a social, could be a romantic connection, could be. But whatever it is, I feel like I have things to say and I'm just like, I don't want to be the one saying something. And then, I look like the dork. And I feel like I'm waiting and I'm watching. The ironic part is you are really doing well with this. By holding back, because I do feel like you're holding back. I mean, can we just do that with the dice here just to make sure? You're doing really well. It feels like it's a growth moment. Yeah, you're not saying anything. The star card reversed, that has an air quality to it, and then when it's reversed, I get that I'm not saying anything. And I got the Four of Wands. Very high level of loyalty here for you. Whatever this is, it means a lot. You have a very high level of loyalty to it. And I'm just like, well, before I say something, I'm just going to wait and see what else happens. I feel like I want to, but I'm just like, I don't want to be the one who gets looked at like there's something wrong. Like I did something. I didn't do anything. I'm just calling it out. I feel like I'm very keeping to myself on this subject at the moment. So there's something here that I'm not happy with. I'm just keeping it to myself. Nobody else seems to have an issue. I guess I should just keep it to myself. Very much feeling that way about this. I want to, though. I feel like I definitely want to. This is interesting. I already talked to this, but it's kind of like I'm things go better for me if I just keep it to myself. And I feel like the acceptance card next to it is acceptance. It's like, you notice there's rain here, but it's like I'm accepting that, like, it may not be exactly what I want, but I know it goes easier for me if I just keep it to myself. Although I feel like I'm also addressing, like, if this gets any more ridiculous, or if this goes any further, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it to myself. If this goes any further, I might just end up saying something anyway. That also seems to be here. The energy's good, and it's continuing to go well. And I feel like they're saying there's an opportunity, if you choose it, to actually realign this in a way that actually you're happier with. I mean, are you going to be skipping through the tulips? I don't know about that. But an improvement from what you're currently dealing with? I think I was skipping. I don't know. We're going to move on. I don't know. My brain does fun things. Still not talking. Okay, so what is this? Something comes in really quick. 8 of Wands coming in. Something comes in really quick. I haven't said anything. I'm not going to say anything. It's very interesting to me. Like, lack of communication is, like, really strong here. So, oh, positive reinforcement. Ooh, positive reinforcement. That could be a really good one for you. Okay. So, I'm not saying anything. I'm very quiet. Things go, there's this really beautiful moment that happens, right? So, especially with Cancer, if we're all getting along, we're all having a good time. I don't want to poop on the parade, or whatever you want to say. I don't want to pee on the parade. You know what I mean? I don't want to bring down the moment. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. We're all having a good time. I want to have a good time. I want everybody to have a good time. I don't want to dampen that. That would make sense why you don't want to. But the thing is, like, I want to enjoy it for what it is. But I get, like, you don't. It's not that you would dampen the situation. It's kind of ironic. Kind of like, I don't want to bring forward anything negative because I don't want to dampen the situation. We're all having a good time. I don't want to bring it down. I don't want to bring this energy down. I want to enjoy it. I want everybody to enjoy it, right? This is like the positive reinforcement moment is what I'm getting. Because there's a lot of love coming at you in this moment. And this is a really good opportunity for you. Because it's kind of like, I want to be careful how I bring this forward. It's like, in truth, it's kind of like this person and that person, they're doing things that are not okay. So it's like, how do I bring that forward in a positive reinforcement way? So I'm thinking of somebody that I know is a compulsive liar, and it aggravates me to no end. And it's kind of like, I look around and I'm like, how are you all just eating this up? How are you, like, all right. And I almost feel like it's something like that. Like, how am I supposed to positively reinforce that? You know what I mean? At least nobody died when that lie got told. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, I feel like this is the type of situation you might be dealing with. So, how do you go about that? I'm going to roll the dice first before I go there because I'm the Lord. Because if it's that type of situation, I'm just kind of like, yeah, exactly. How do we reinforce that in a positive way? How do we do that? So the Ten of Swords reversed and the Lover's card reversed. Okay. So it's kind of like highlighting what other people have done that has made sense. How other people are reliable. How they're honest. And how other people have really made the situation worthwhile. I'm not going to, I feel like this is my own energy because I'm like thinking, if this other person who's a compulsive liar starts singing their own praises, how, you know, the fact that they, you know, everything they touch turns to gold, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. But okay. I feel like I'm just moving the conversation away from that and like highlighting where other people have actually done what they're supposed to do. How when other people are honest and respectful and uphold their actual responsibilities, how much we love that, how much that goes well, how much that makes the great moment we're dealing with right now. I'm not letting my energy, but I feel like it's becoming quite obvious, like what I'm not willing to talk about. Kind of like, I'm not going to lie about that. I won't call it out, but it's almost like I purposely stay away from it. It kind of makes it obvious that that's a problem. I'm not going to say, that anything's wrong there, but I'm not going to back it up like it's okay. I'm not going to act like, oh no, you do great things when I don't think they do great things. I'm not going to play along with that. I'm not going to reinforce it. I'm going to take my attention right away. And I might even try to take other people's attention away from that. I feel like that's the positive reinforcement. Is that kind of sounding strange? Did I say it right? Because I feel like when I see the Justice card coming up as a possibility, that's the thing. Justice is an interesting card. Especially because sometimes it talks about Libra energy. You might have a Libra helping you with this. If you do, that's great. Or if you have somebody who has Libra qualities, they're very diplomatic, they're very chatty, but they don't really like people fighting. They try to find ways to bring things forward and help people do better without creating like aggressive conflict. Like a more peaceful conflict, like, oh, you have a different opinion, we could talk it out. It's a more of a peaceful energy. It kind of deals with the situation in a roundabout way. It's kind of like, I'm just going to stay away from that person and you're going to have to figure out why. I actually feel like highlighting those that you want to celebrate and making that more obvious, and not and just like if somebody starts going in a direction you're like, I don't like that, I'm not going to pretend I'm okay with that, dismissing yourself from it and just constantly walking away from it, or kind of like not willing to like say, oh, that's okay, when you're not okay with it. Something like that, ironically, especially if you have somebody, they don't have to literally be a Libra, but they might have some qualities where they try to smooth things over, and they can actually create change in a very interesting way. It's like without directly dealing with it, they can change the situation. You might have an ally there that you can call on to do that. Again, it doesn't have to literally be a Libra, but it's somebody who's very diplomatic and likes to get along and typically very chatty. Keep that in mind. Because I get like from that, because I feel like this energy is probably going to catch on to what you don't like, and they probably don't like it either, but they also don't like the conflict. And if they seem to feel like you're not going to, like you're completely uninterested in conflict, you don't want any conflict, they will work with you on that. They will totally work with you on that. And it may be a spoken or unspoken pact, I don't know which, but I'm getting like this energy, other people have issues with this situation, they just don't want to deal, or they don't feel like they're allowed to deal with it. It's very weird. It's like a roundabout way. I feel like this is an odd part of this reading because I don't know what else I'm supposed to say with it. Because I get like things are just going to kind of work out without you putting in much effort, and the love is going to get there in the sense of like we're highlighting what we do like, and we're not addressing, well, we're not, it's not that we're not addressing it, we're not reinforcing, or we're not empowering the negative. Whatever's negative here, we're not willing to empower it. People who have negative behaviors, we're just acting like that's not even a thing. I don't know how that's working, because I get like other people are going to take the lead for you. I feel like I don't want to lead this anyway, because I feel like it just gets slingshotted right back at me. I don't feel like I want to take the lead, but an opportunity comes forward. Somebody else is going to take the lead on this, and you might be really shocked at what happens, because I get that, like, I'm not directly involved, but I am supporting the correction. I am supporting the better energy. I am helping this get better without directly, like, calling something out. Especially, I'm going to use the analogy of the liar again. Because they're liars. If you call out a liar, they're going to find a lie to back up their lies. Like, they're going to validate whatever. Like, there's no... How does the saying go? You can't win an honorable fight with a dishonorable person. So people are working around it. Like, all right, you can't deal with this directly, but there are other ways to handle it. There's a lot of information coming in a lot of different ways to where this is going to get a lot better. And I get something's going to lock in here, and there's going to be a lot going on behind the scenes that I feel like I don't understand why it's getting better, but it's like, as long as I stay close to certain energies, it does seem to keep getting better. Especially, like, I'm going to also say this, you don't have to be dealing with a literal Libra, but if you have somebody that's very diplomatic, very careful about how they deal with things, very chatty, maybe they're not your favorite person, but I also feel like it's not like they're bad, they're just not your favorite person, if that makes sense. Keep working well with that. Keep helping that energy make, like, you know, I don't know, I feel like I'm reinforcing that on your terms. Like, maybe I don't usually talk to them, maybe I'm going to talk to them a little bit more. Maybe I usually just stay out of their business. Maybe like I find out they need some help. Maybe I'll go out of my way to help them a little bit more. The more they feel like they have your support, the better this is going to go. Especially if they don't normally feel like they have your support, or it's kind of like, I don't really feel bad about them. They're just not my flavor, if that makes sense. I don't feel bad about them, but like as I see this continually get better, I'm just going to try to find ways to like support them and kind of encourage them without directly encouraging them. It's kind of like they don't seem to do well with the direct thing anyway. Since everything's getting better, if there's something roundabout way, like it reminds me of like, you know, maybe they're getting a bunch of people together to go on a trip to a city or something, or like maybe I'll participate in that just to show them that I support them and I do like them. Maybe we're not the same type of person. Maybe we have different things we like in life, but I want to support them. I want to show them that I do actually care about them, and I do, you know, feel like they do things that I wouldn't do that actually have a positive result. I'm just kind of finding ways to support that in my own way. Does that make sense? Because I don't feel like you're going to open up to your deepest, darkest secrets to this person, but it's kind of like I want them to know. It's like maybe their kid is selling some pies for something, for a school fundraiser. Let me order a couple pies. I like those pies anyway. Let me go out of my way, go visit them, you know, get my list on the pie thing so I can purchase some pies. Like I'm making a point so they know I'm going out of my way because I want them to know I support them, but it's not like we're sharing deepest, darkest secrets. Just want them to know I support them. That's all. Because this situation is improving. This person seems to, the more they feel like they have support, the better they do. And it's very indirect, but it is working. So as long as it's working, sometimes that's what situations call for. Whether I like it or not, sometimes that's what situations call for. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.